So, here's the deal. A few weeks ago, I met a girl. I picked up a girl on, I think it was on, over Facebook, I believe. I picked her up, successful pickup, got a number, we exchanged numbers, we started to WhatsApp and everything else. The usual pickup gambit. You know, the girl was super attractive, super into me, and everything went pretty good as far as the initial stages. Now, the thing is now, and this is about, it's been about 3 weeks, even 4 weeks I would say. Now, we made plans for her to stay by me over the weekend. And she was to come to stay by me for 3 days or something like that, 3-4 days over the weekend. That was the plan. But however, when I pitched this idea to her, matter of fact, she came up with the idea altogether. So, you know, she had made a comment, and you know, it didn't really register to me at that time. So she had said to me that if she does come over, we're not sleeping on the same bed or some shit like that. So I laughed it off. I didn't take it seriously. I was like, okay, fuck it, whatever. It's still a week and a half away, so I'm not even gonna kill myself about it. But now, last night, you know, the plans came up again as far as, you know, we wanted to reestablish certain things. So this is where it kicked off from last night. Now, we spoke about plans. So this is a message I sent her over WhatsApp. We were WhatsApping, you know. So I said beforehand, we may have to sort out a few things. So she replies with, sort out what? Sleeping arrangements and stuff. I'm not going to be too pleased with having to sleep on a couch, floor, or another bed if available in a guest house. Because she's supposed to stay by a guest house or my place. It doesn't matter. That was still out to be decided. So she says, why not? Why not as far as, why not me sleeping on the fucking couch or the floor? So, why not? I'm not sleeping in the bed with you. Let me clear the air on that. So, LOL. That's what she says. So, she's trying to make it clear that she's not going to sleep on the same fucking bed with me. Now, I find that to be grossly disrespectful, but this is where it really gets fucked up. I don't know straight up that, listen, you're not gonna friend zone me. I'm not into this friend fucking bullshit. It's not my style. Okay? So she says, I hardly replied to any of this, as you can see from the screenshots. I hardly replied. And she sent me like 10 fucking messages on WhatsApp, back to back to back. Long ass fucking messages, as you can see. So that is one way where you destroy a girl's frame. You reply sparingly, and you don't get into these frame battles and arguments over texts like this, trying to convince her why your position is more valid. So I let her ramble the fuck on, and this would actually hurt her more. You know, so this is what it was. You know, she's throwing all this shit at me, and I'm just like, cool as a cucumber. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. A while after, she posted this to Facebook, and now this goes to show how women are really emotional and they seek external validation. You know, after she pulled this shit on me, I didn't even you know, I only posted the screenshots to Facebook in order to, you know, for other PUAs to weigh in. Whoever told you that sex was not my intention? I really don't get it. This chick is making it seem like I told her to come stay by me for the weekend under the guise of we're going to be BFFs. We're going to be platonic friends. Where did she get that idea from? Sure, I never told her come over and we're going to fuck for the weekend, because that would be stupid. She's not going to agree to that. So you have to be more stealthy than that. This is, you know, pretty obvious. But I never gave her any impression that we're going to be just friends, or we're just friends, or I'm looking to be just friends. Alright? We've had sex talk. We've done a little sexting and so forth. So this chick knows I want to fucking bang her brains out. So why is she posting to Facebook and asking questions asking her friends to get their opinion on, should she sleep in the same bed with a guy if sex is never the intention? Sex is my fucking intention. Girl, don't you know that? You know, so now check out the comments on her post by her friends and stuff. So she's telling them or encouraging them to comment on the main screen as in your answer. You know, so she's really trying to milk this shit. Now, one of her friends respond with, I want my own room if sex is not the intention. Why do we have to be sleeping in the same room on the same bed? This is what one of the friends said. Now, she replies with, my thing is, if sex wasn't the intention, why was it a suggestion? Now, once again, who told you sex was not my intention or the intention? Sex is the intention. So in other words, and check it out, this is how she's psyching herself out. She's actually proven and showing that she only wants to fuck. Because she's saying, in other words, I'm not going to sleep with you in the same bed if we're not going to have sex. That is essentially what she's saying. And I agree with her. So in that sense, I'm saying also, I'm trying to sleep in the same bed with you because I want to have sex, without me actually saying that. So sex is the intention on my part here. This is clear. So she's trying to say that on her end, sex is not the intention. But I don't buy it. But let's say, for argument's sake, that that is the case. She doesn't want to have sex over the 3-4 day stay at my place. But I never agreed to that. You're not going to come stay with me for the weekend and think we're not going to fuck. It's not going to happen. Okay? So now, let's go on. So she says, my thing is, if sex wasn't the intention, why was it a suggestion? Who suggested sex? I never suggested sex. You know, so her friend replied with, exactly. So she says, sigh. So she responded to her friend now, post your answer on the main comment box. So she's trying to milk opinions here. So now, a guy responds with, I would say no way. If it's not on the agenda, don't suggest the same bed. Because we know if the same bed, anything, we know in the same bed, anything can happen. Especially if the guy is thirsty. So this guy is pretty much a beta male. You know, he doesn't understand what the fuck is going on. So he's agreeing with her logic here. Now the girl responds with, laughing my ass off. Lordy, look at the trouble. Becky, I guess this is one of her friends, just answer the question. Would you sleep with a man in the same bed and just seeing him physically for the first time? Whether or not you were being told sex is not the intention. Number one, I never told you sex was not my intention. So she's trying to make this shit seem like I'm telling her to come over to stay by me for the weekend under the guise that we're just going to be buddies and friends. There's no sex. I never gave you that intention. We've been sexting. You know, we've exchanged these sort of sexual and so forth, innuendos and everything else. I mean, I'm a PUA. I'm a master at this. You know, I'm not going to be chatting to a girl on some FriendZone shit. So, you know I want to fuck you. So why are you saying that? So she's making it seem like we never had any flirting or talk about sex or anything. So she's here now misleading her audience. And I find it hilarious. So her friend responds with no. And she says, thank you, LOL. Well, I have some difficult friends. So she's trying to say I'm a difficult friend. Now, remind you, she's not trying to let her friends know that she's the actual girl in the actual situation. So she's speaking as though she's speaking of a friend. Because she don't want to be seen as the guilty one going to stay at some dude's place for the weekend. So anyway, another girl responded, hell no. That immediately will give him the wrong impression. So this girl is trying to say, if both of us sleep together in the same bed, I may get the wrong idea that we can have sex. But if a girl is going to sleep in the same bed with you, why would you think sex shouldn't or wouldn't happen? Anyway, so she says, or you mean the sex intention? Yes, that. Thanks for your answer, honey. Another girl responded, sometimes some men test you to see if you will throw yourself to them for sex. Now, okay, I guess, but there's no test here on my part. This is straightforward for me. I want to fuck. I'm a pickup artist. this girl knows my shtick. She's a Facebook friend of mine. She sees the shit I post. She sees me posting pictures of me on dates with other girls. She sees all the wild shit I post about fucking girls and all kinds of shit. So she knows I'm not a saint. She knows I'm not a pussy. So if she gets to know me, because that's what attracted her in the first place, because I'm fucking bitches, so that is what attracted her in the first place to me, why would she then give the idea to other people that I'm a pussy and I'm a wussy, and I wouldn't dare try to have sex with her? That is totally wrong and disingenuous. You know? So she has me as some little fucking beta male bitch right now, knowing to herself that I would fuck the shit out of her given the chance any moment. And that is why she's attracted to me in the first place. So anyway. So, okay. So she says, okay, some women need to stand for something before they fall for everything. What the fuck is she going with all this? It's not that deep, girl. It is not that deep. So anyway, another girl replied on her Facebook post with, no, because sleeping in the same bed may end up leading to that, meaning sex, even though it is not the intention. You may go out having a few drinks, inhibitions drop, and things happen leading to regret the following day. Whoever is inviting you should provide private sleeping accommodation. Really? So I'm inviting this chick to stay with me for the weekend, whether it's by a hotel or a guest house or my apartment. I'm inviting her for the weekend because she suggested it in the first place, and I'm with it. So I should provide private accommodation for her? No. So anyway, so she replies with, good advice, laughing my ass off. Whoever is inviting me. So now, another girl responds with, no, whatever, okay, blah, blah, blah. So now, this guy named Danny responds with, I see lots of postings saying anything can happen. To me, it would suggest that the woman is entering the arrangement with the option for sex. The man says sleep, but all your mind is gonna pass that. You don't want it, how will it happen? So what this guy is basically trying to say is, if I say let's sleep together in the same bed, that obviously means I want to fuck you. That is what the guy is saying to the girl. Now, I agree with this guy. Meaning, I don't have to tell you, as a girl, we're going to fuck, or let's fuck. If I'm suggesting we're going to sleep in the same bed, ding, 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 sex is on the table, right? This is quite intelligible. You know, it's quite understandable. Anyone can get this. So, therefore, I don't see why this chick is rambling on saying that. You know, she's rambling on trying to make it seem like I gave her no inclination that I would fuck her. That is totally wrong. I gave you all the signs that I would fuck the shit out of you. So now, she responds to the guy, Danny, are you saying that one should not blow this out of context, asking the girl to sleep in the same bed with him? I don't know where that went. Now, this girl I really like. And I like when a girl can be real and not take sides just for another girl. This girl replies with, yes, because I'm grown. And I didn't really like this part, but she said, yes, because I'm grown and I have self-control. I've slept in the same bed with male friends who are attracted to me. Not because you sleep in the same bed with a man means you're bound to have sex. Just like how I respect myself enough to men are very respectful as well. So I like this girl's comment because she's saying, listen, just because you sleep in the same bed with a guy doesn't mean every guy is going to fucking jump on your back and try to fuck the shit out of you. Now that is true because, listen, girls often sleep in the same bed with platonic pussy friends. Guys, nice guys who wouldn't make a move on it. So this girl is quite right. However, the girl in question here now, she knows me. She knows my shit. She knows I'm a pickup artist. So she knows I would fuck the shit out of her if we sleep in the same bed. You know, so that is pretty much what is beneath the surface right here. But now, I still like the comment from this girl named Keisha. She's saying that there's no problem if Kenny wants to sleep in the same bed with you when you come and stay with him for the weekend. And she's right. What's wrong with that? Now, the girl in question here responded, I hear you. But she's meeting the person physically. She is meeting the guy physically for the first time. talk on the phone in WhatsApp, seen pictures. Now she's trying to say that, and she's right, we sexed. So she's seen pictures of me sexually, and I've seen pictures of her sexually. So, you know this is a sex thing. Anyway, won't you feel uncomfortable sleeping in the bed with a man you've just seen physically for the first time? Now the girl responds with no. What's the difference seeing them for the first time and talking for the first time? They've communicated in the past. As long as they both have a mutual understanding, it's all good. So the girl is basically trying to say, listen, don't make it a big deal that you're just meeting for the first time. Y'all have been talking for weeks. So it's not like a one-night stand. It's not like you just met the guy today and fucking. Y'all have been communicating for the past couple weeks. So now, another girl responded, well, honestly, for me, I would say no. You as the individual going to meet the person, you don't know the person's intention. Even though you have self-control for yourself and respect, you never know what is going on in the other person's mind. So that would be a hell to the no. And once again, this girl doesn't know the situation. Anyway, another girl replies with, this is a yes and no situation. I would sleep in the same bed with him, and once you let him know that the deal is, it should be no problem. Then again, I would not do it because there is always the fact of a man is always going to be a man. Plus, I would not feel so comfortable sleeping in the same bed with someone I barely know. The situation is like a catch-22. Well, I sort of get where she's coming from. It is sort of a catch-22. But in a sense, I am not leading this girl on into thinking that I wouldn't fuck her. So there's no hidden agenda here. You see, these girls commenting are thinking that there's a hidden agenda, and I'm somewhat not letting the girl know or not giving her any ideas that I want to fuck. That is not the truth. The girl knows I want to fuck. We've sexed. We've talked about fucking. So she knows I want to bang the shit out of her. So I'm not misleading her. I'm not telling her come stay with me for the weekend and we'll talk about her boyfriends and shit like that and just be platonic friends. I never told her that, nor did I ever give her that impression. So I'm not misleading her. She knows the deal. So now, another girl replies with, hell no, I will sleep on the floor. So the girl says, alright, so the girl says, the thing is, Linda, why he gotta be at the guest house? Doesn't he live someplace? You can pick her up or go for whatever, something like that. So now the girl in question here is trying to say, I should put her in a guest house or a hotel for the weekend and go stay at my apartment. And like, I don't get the logics. If you're coming to stay with me for the weekend, whether we're going to be at a hotel, guest house, or my apartment, that is the deal. I shouldn't put you up in a different spot and I stay in another spot. What's the point? What am I here? I'm like a sugar fucking daddy? What are you, crazy bitch? Now, another girl replies, yep, he has intention. Men are always up to something. Well, sure I have intentions. I want to fuck the shit out of her. That is my intention and she knows it. So there's no one being duped or tricked here. So the girl in question replies with, I don't want to go that far and say that, but I find it quite strange. Oh, really? Really, girl? You find it quite strange that I want to sleep in the same bed with you? Or that I want us to stay together in the same room, the same apartment, same place? You find it strange? And you're coming to see me for 3 days in a weekend? That's the plan that you agreed to and suggested? Matter of fact, I didn't suggest it. I only wanted to go on a date and then fuck you after the date. She's the one who suggested staying by me for the whole weekend. I was like, great fucking idea. You know, I don't really do this because, you know, I like living alone and my house is fucking untidy like shit. So I don't like girls coming to stay by me. But she suggested it and I was like, good suggestion. This is typical shit that girls do. It might not be that typical in the sense that you might not have ever gone through this, but for me as a PUA, this is typical. I typically see, as a pickup artist, a master pickup artist, who've been doing this game for years, you know, I see this shit coming from a mile, man. Listen, chicks play these sort of tricks all the time. They would go to social media and look for validation, seek validation. They want to seek the opinions of their peers, dudes, girls. And beneath the surface and beneath it all, you know, they still have their hidden agenda. Believe me, this girl said that I should cut off communications with her, as you see in the first round of screenshots. She told me to cut her off, delete her, we should forget about this altogether. And I basically, I didn't respond to it, but my disposition was like, okay, cool. I can guarantee you in a day or two, she's going to hit me back like, Kenny, I'm so surprised at you. I didn't think you were that type of guy. Why would you want to sleep in the same bed with me? Why did you call it off? Oh, I had such high hopes and expectations of you. Bullshit, because you know I'm a bad boy. You know I'm a PUA. You know I'm an asshole. You know I'm a whoremonger. You know I'm a womanizer. You see all these things on my Facebook. So why would you then come in with the impression that I'm somehow going to pamper you like a fucking queen? I never gave you that impression. So this is classic bullshit that women play, and I find this to be really hilarious. Really hilarious. And guys, I wanna also say, because I know there are gonna be quite a number of guys that's gonna say, hey, you know what, Kenny? You know what you should have did was this. You should have told her, yeah, come stay with me as friends. We're friends, and come stay with me at FriendZone. Sure, I'm FriendZone, but it's all good. Come and stay with me anyway. And I'll sleep in another room, or I'll sleep at home and put you in a hotel. Or I'll just sleep on the floor and you stay on the bed. Some guys are going to say, Kenny, you should have done that, but... And you never know. You could have tried to have sex with her. Even when you're on the floor, you know, you could still try to seduce her and get to fuck her eventually. Okay, I hear you. That's reasonable. You know, because like I said, you can't take anything a girl says on face value. You know, I have a theory. 80% of what a girl says is a lie. So a girl could say that she doesn't want me to sleep on a bed with her, and next thing you know, she comes over, I'm on the bed sleeping with her. So I get that. But this is not the case here. What this is, number one, I don't want to mislead any girl. If a girl says she doesn't want to sleep on a bed with me, and she's not comfortable with it, I'm going to say cool. So I'm not going to have her come over and then try to get in bed with her. Because then she's going to think, you know what, this dude misled me. You know, and then that's going to lead to a whole nother, you know, ethical, moral type of bullshit. And in essence, this is how a lot of false rape cases and accusations come about. You know, it's sort of shit like this. You know, where the girl is like, I only went over to his house just to whatever, but he forced himself upon me. So that's another story. So the point is, guys, I don't want that type of situation. If a girl says she doesn't want to sleep in the same bed with me, I'm going to call it off. I'm going to say, you know what? No, you're not coming to see me. Sorry, girl, it's called off. If you're going to come see me, listen, it's not even see me. If you're going to come stay with me for the weekend, you're going to sleep in the same bed with me. Number one, I live in a studio apartment. I only have one bed. If this chick is coming to stay at my apartment, we have to sleep in the same fucking bed. There's only one bed. She knows that already. But she's expecting me to hit the floor or stay on a couch in the corner. So I'm like, so you pulled that shit on me last night, and now you plan to put it on me a second fucking night? You plan to do this shit a second night? The Saturday night? You pulled it on me Friday night, now Saturday night, you expect me to sleep on the floor again and not have sex for a whole weekend? And I'm on my accommodation here? I'm paying for the place? I'm taking you out for the weekend? I'm providing food and shit? This is my bill, this is my shit? You're not spending a dime, and I can't fuck? So I told her, yo, pack your shit and get the fuck out. Pack your shit. And she didn't actually believe that was going to happen, because, you know, who does that? Because you see, a lot of chicks are used to dealing with beta males. So she's probably had this happen before where she went and stayed with a guy for the weekend, and the guy totally gingerly accepted the fact that he's relegated to sleeping on the couch, and he goes and sleeps on the couch, no problem, doesn't try to have sex with the girl. So, you know, chicks are used to guys accepting this shit. So when they come across a guy like me who is not standing for that because I'm a real fucking man with a dick in my pants, you know, they get somewhat flustered and discombobulated. So when I told the girl to pack her shit and get the fuck out, you know, she started to cry and shit like that. And I didn't have, listen man, I wasn't having that. I said, listen, doesn't matter. You can't pull this shit on me 2 fucking nights in a row. And tomorrow you're gonna leave and a whole weekend wasted, no intimacy, no nothing. And I didn't lead you on to think that this was a friend thing. You knew I wanted to fuck. And you came under the impression that I wanted to fuck. And now I'm here, you don't want to fuck? No, get the fuck out. So eventually she packed the shit in, you know, I gave it a boot. Didn't really give a fuck how she was gonna get home because like I said, she was dead broke. She didn't have any cab money. She was dead broke because everything was on me. So I think she ended up going to a nearby police station and the cops took her home. You know, and you know, there's no way she could have gotten me in trouble with the law because I didn't do anything. I just kicked you out of my fucking place. So, you know, law enforcement could not have done anything anyway to me. But she didn't go there for that. She only went there because she didn't have any way to get history that's working against me. So with this chick here now in question, who, you know, who pulled this shit on me the other day, which is actually last night. This is today is what, July 17th, 18th, you know, Friday. It's the 17th or 18th, you know, pardon me, it's 6 a.m. and my mind is not ready. So whatever. So the chick who pulled that shit on me last night, I'm not going to have it happen again. I'm not going to have history repeat itself in that sort of way. Where I have another chick come and stay with me for the weekend, and she pulls the same stunt on me where she wants me to sleep on the floor. And whenever I try to get in the bed, she denies me access to the bed. Whenever I try to have sex with her, or whenever I try to get romantic or physical, she's telling me, no. That's not gonna happen. So before it all goes there, I'm calling it off. Just as I did, I called the shit off. I told her, it's called off. And now, she's very pissed because she had all hopes here. She was all worked up about this coming to see me shit. Because like I said, she finally wanted to meet Kenny, this alpha male asshole jerk guy that was always posting these shit on Facebook about these fucking bitches. He's posting pictures all the time of him, you know, kissing bitches and all types of shit. So this attracted her. And mind you guys, she has a boyfriend. She's not single, she has a fucking boyfriend. But yet, you're coming to see me, another guy, behind your boyfriend's back for the weekend. And you don't think I want to fuck you? You don't think sex is on the table? Why would you come and stay with another guy for a 3-4 day weekend and not think sex is an option for the guy? Or for you, might be. So guys, don't let chicks psych you out this way. Stick to your guns in situations like these. Don't let a chick cajole you and trick you into accepting an arrangement where you're getting shortchanged. I see lots of guys do this shit all the time. Like I said, man, listen, this situation is perfect here. Most guys, 99.9% of guys, would have still agreed to the dynamics of the situations and the arrangements here. Meaning, most guys would say, you know what? Alright, we're not going to sleep in the same bed. I would even stay at my home and put you in a guest house. And that's just going to be it. Most guys would agree to that. And in essence, most guys would agree to not having sex. If the girl says we're not going to sleep in the same bed, then she's obviously saying that sex isn't an option. Most guys, just being so desperate, is going to agree to a situation like that where they are getting short the fucking change. I'm not agreeing to that. So that is what I basically let the girl know, that it's called off. Baby, it's called off. okay? You're not coming to my place under the impression and the guy's in the preconceived notion that this is some friend zone type of situation. So you're gonna be laying on the bed, and I'm gonna be on the floor talking about the guy you fucked last night because I'm in the friend zone. No, it's not gonna happen. And this is what really annoys me most. It doesn't really annoy me that she said she's not gonna sleep in the same bed with me. She doesn't know me like that. It's the first time we're meeting. That doesn't really annoy me because, listen, it's just typical token resistance and token objections. Meaning, I expect that. I expect a girl to say that because it's typical. I mean, I've been doing this for ages. So, I can see when a girl rejects and opposes to certain things and yet knows that she's just doing it as a normal run-of-the-mill, sort of thing in the seduction. So I expect that. But what really irked me and what really annoyed me was that she thinks I'm friend zone. Now, that hurts. That hurts. Because you know what? Since I've been a pickup artist for many years, no girl has ever come close to friend zoning me. Why? Or why not? Because I don't give them any intention. I don't give them any reason to even try to friend zone me. Because I don't come off as a friend. Whenever I meet a girl, within the first second, I'm sexual. I even make a verbal sexual advancement or a physical sexual advancement. So whenever a girl meets me, within the first 10 seconds, she knows I have a dick in my pants. So she knows there's no friend zoning going on with Kenny. So how dare she, or any girl for that matter, think they're going to friend zone me? Think I'm going to be their platonic friend? It's not going to happen. So if I had to let this girl still come over to stay with me next weekend, it's going to be under the guise that I'm in the friend zone. And we all know what happens when girls put you in the friend zone. They won't fuck you. Because you're a friend. So what do I look like having this girl come stay with me for a weekend, 3-4 days? As a friend. And if I try to encroach upon that to have sex, she's going to hit me with, wait. You have me come over here under the impression that we're friends. Now you're trying to fuck me? So in that sense, she has all reason to feel betrayed. And that is the spin that she's going to put on it. So now she's going to vilify me and villainize me in public by saying, oh, this guy had me come over last weekend. He told me we were friends and we're friends, and he tried to fuck me. So now Kenny's looking like a grand fucking asshole, which I don't mind, but you get the point. So you don't want to mislead a girl in that way. So at the end of the day, guys, you have to let women know, not verbally, not directly, but you have to demonstrate to them and sub-communicate to them that dick has power also. It's not only vagina with power. You have to let women know that dick also has power. So because you have a vagina doesn't mean I'm going to sell out. And that is what I'm trying to prove here. Okay? And I guarantee that this is going to happen. The chick is going to hit me up, as I said, previously in the video. The chick is going to hit me up with this grand story of, indirectly apologizing and saying how she's shocked and surprised that she would meet a good guy like me, a nice guy like me who's now trying to have sex with her when, that wasn't the deal, which it was the deal, but hey, anti-slut defense shit here. But guys, so I basically want to leave it on that note, and at the end of the day, this is just, pretty much what Kenny goes through on an average day of being a pickup artist. And what I mean by this, I don't mean this exact situation, but this is just a variation of the usual bullshit and frame battle shit you have to go through with women. They're going to try to psych you out at every corner, at every instance, and they're going to try to,
neuter you and cut your dick off, your balls off. They're gonna try to emasculate you, and at every moment that they can. And you have to realize this and see it coming and counter it and retain your manhood in the same time. Okay? So, I'll keep you guys fucking posted. Later.